me to reintroduce.
Contest here in Indianapolis. The Warriors are looking to end their road trip here with a strong outing. They can secure their spot in the postseason with a victory here.
And Kevin, they've got an opportunity to do it really early in the season, which shows you exactly how much they've been able to get accomplished this year.
Yeah, it shows you the consistency that they've shown pretty much throughout the year. It's been a great run for them, Clark, right from day one.
Oh, how about that basketball, man? Beautiful. Wow. Exclamation point right there, guys. That was a strong throwdown finish.
It was, and a little extra face time as it eases off the iron.
Well, it's about self-preservation, guys. Sometimes that's the safest route. Make sure you don't have any bodies or feet or ankles below you, and then calmly let yourself down to the floor.
And that replay sponsored by Sprite, giving us a great look at that one.
Defensive foul. Curry. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
West against Lee. West, that's good.
They got the ball into the ideal position, and he didn't flub the finish that time, guys. And for my money, guys, David West is really the epitome of an old-school player. His game is old school, low to the ground, tough, physical, no nonsense. He's a power forward that's a throwback, but he also has great touch out to 18 or 19 feet.
West kicks to Granger. Back to West. West off the pick from Hibbert. 6 on the shot clock. Granger drives in over Lee. Knocks down the 10-footer. Granger's got his first bucket of the night.
And the other thing about David West, he's a good ball handler, so you can go to him on the perimeter, run some dribble handoffs. He can get around you offensively, and he can do it without turning the ball over. So West, a nice option offensively.
That's good. Curry's got his second bucket.
And he will punish an opponent for giving him that much room from mid-range. He'll hit that all day.
From the line, and again it's Indiana converting. There's 1:17 left in the first.
Well, it's interesting. Indiana is known for being a hotbed of basketball. And in recent years, the Pacers have not drawn well, in large part because I didn't think their teams were very likable. But that's changed. The current Pacer group is a hard-working, unselfish team, and I think they're fun to watch.
Knocked loose. Jack passes to Kerr. Stuffs it through.
Yeah, and he's been a player who always saves his best for last, Kevin. Absolutely thrives under pressure. And, when some guys back down with the game coming down to the wire, he seems to be the one to take it up a notch.
And what he can do with the ball in his hands borders on miraculously ridiculous sometimes. He's broken a few ankles in his day, that's for sure.
Out to West. That's good. The unselfishness you mentioned, Steve, with this Pacers group, they really play team basketball, and they look out for each other.
And, Kevin, a big part of it is they don't really have a superstar that they're built around. They are just a good collection of good to outstanding players, and they're all willing to defer in order to get the win.
That's a great quality.
Yep.
Curry with it. West picks him up. Free throw line jump shot. And another basket for Golden State.
My goodness, he's going off in this quarter. He's got the guys on the bench going crazy. Rally towels and all.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
I'll tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Young dishes to Augustine. Three-pointer. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Plenty of offense in this closely contested. Different look here for the Warriors. Andres Biedrins, he's checked in for Bogut. Lee comes in for Carl Landry. Barnes, he's checked in for Brandon Rush. And Curry subbed in for Charles Jenkins. And Jack kicks to Lee. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Lee's got his first points of the game.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
Granger left of the forward slots. E.J. Augustine out there with Cunningham and Pendergraph. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
And, you know, the focus for Coach Mark Jackson has been transforming this Warriors team from an offense-first and last culture to a defensive-minded one. That's a challenge. That's been 90% of their focus in training camp and practices, creating a defined defensive system so players can hold each other accountable and be held accountable.
It's stolen by Curry.
Hammer time! Wow. Hammer time! Boy, this fella can rise up there with the best of them.
Just a crazy finish, guys.
He's one of the few players with the athleticism to pull that off.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. Deflects the pass. Augustine with the steal. Granger outside. 59 seconds left here in the second. Here's Cunningham. Viadrinch pulls it in. And you know, Steve, when you think about the Warriors, for decades they've been an up-tempo, high-scoring style of team, baseline to baseline. And you've played the game, obviously, and as a general manager, you know this. Is it hard to reverse a team's culture like that?
No question, Kevin. You're going to have some growing pains, and you have to change the personnel as well. And that's exactly what Golden State has done now. They've added Andrew Bogut. They've got Harrison Barnes. They've got, I think, some better individual defenders on the roster. So now it's easier for that culture to take hold.
Well, after that strong start to this game, he's really picked it up here in the second.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Different look here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Viadrinch. Landry comes in for Lee. Rudy Gay's checked in for Barnes. And it's Charles Jenkins in for Jarrett Jack. Shots good by Jenkins.
Showing no mercy. They are getting after them at both ends of the floor.
Continuing to add to the lead as the minutes tick away.
Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
And with the success they had from behind the arc in that game, you knew they were going to be in good shape.
Yeah, especially with that kind of long-range shooting. I mean, that's difficult for a team to overcome.
And defensively, remember, you got to fight through screens to avoid giving up open looks.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Steve. And the defense has to go over the top of that screen. I think that's how they get it done.
They're scoring well here, really executing and building on this lead.
Gradually adding to the lead, I like it. I mean, they continue to work well offensively. They should be in good shape going forward.
A dominating first half of basketball.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
So good to have you along on.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Trailblazers.
And I think everybody who was at that game would agree it was their defense that really won it for them.
Yeah, they were all over the place, flying all over the court on deep. The kind of hustle that pays off big time for you.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Lee is the 4 with Bogut at the 5 beside him. Jarrett Jack is out there with Curry. And it's Gay in at the small forward. Warriors leading by 16.
How about Paul George? Since he got into the NBA, he's grown a couple of inches. He's now 6'10". And as a swingman, that's just great size. Phenomenal athlete, can guard pretty much anybody on the court.
West, he feeds it to Hibbert. Easy shot. And there are the Pacers with another bucket. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Tries for the alley-oop. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
How about the nice, exquisite timing on that alley-oop?